Hello boys and girls, Demonizer here, and today's the day I finally checked my privilege. That's right. And I'm going to do it courtesy of the most unbiased website in all of the internet, BuzzFeed. They've made a test, and now I'm going to check my privilege. So let's get cracking, shall we? Alrighty. First of all, I am white. Well, what do I mean white? Caucasian? Nordic? Germanic? Scandinavian? What do you mean white, or we're just using a blanket term? Well, because I'm Germanic, so yeah, white. I have never been discriminated against because of my skin colour. Well, gee, I don't know about that one. I'm pretty sure if I went to Missouri they'd have some form of discrimination. Oh wait, but it's not discrimination because white race. Yeah, fuck right off. I have never been the only person of my race in a room. Would you believe I have been the only person of my race in a room? I have never been mocked for my accent. It comes with the territory of being Australian. Yeah, just move ourselves over a little bit. I have never been told I am attracted for my race. No, actually I have. I have never been a victim of violence because of my race. No. I have never been called a racial slur. Ha! Spot the people who don't play video games, yet will complain about them for being sexist. I have never been told I sound white. Okay, that one. And while we're here, what the fuck does this have to do with privilege again? Privilege to me is like little perks you get from having a lot of power. And the easiest way to have a lot of power is to have a lot of money. Yeah, the more money you have, the more power you have, and the more privileges you get with it. It has nothing to do with your race, or age, or gender, or whatever else. It has a lot more to do with the almighty dollar. But that's just me. A stranger has never asked to touch my hair or asked if it is real. No, I've had people actually ask if they can touch my hair. It's facial hair, but no, still. I am heterosexual. Yes. The evil straight male. I have never lied about my sexuality. Actually, I have, just fuck with people. I have never had to come out. People, I don't know how to tell you this, but I am straight. I even tick the box here. I'm straight. I'm sorry. I've always known, but I'm straight. There we go. Just came out as straight. I never doubted my parents' acceptance of my sexuality. Of course not. I have never been called a fag. Ha! Again. Yeah, spot the people who don't play video games. I have never been called a dyke. Again, for the third time, I spot the people who don't play video games. Especially when some fucking dickhead thinks that, oh, you're playing a female character, you must be a chick, I'm gonna message you. And if you don't get back to me in all of 10 seconds because you're in the middle of a race, I'm gonna just throw abuse at you. Kicker is, I just point and laugh and... funny. Very funny time. I have never been called a fairy or anything, or any other derogatory slur for homosexuals. If you've been called a fag, you know, that's a derogatory slur for homo, you know, fag, dickhead. I have never tried to hide my sexuality. I am always comfortable with PDA, public displays of affection, with my partner in public. Yeah, of course I would be. I just don't wish I had someone to do that with. I have never pretended to be just friends with my significant other. I've never had a significant other, so no. I have never been ostracized for my religion or... by my religion for my sexual orientation. I have never been told I would burn in hell for my sexual orientation. I've been told I would burn in hell for some of my kinks, but not orientation. I have never been told my sexuality is just a phase. I have never been violently threatened because of my sexuality. I am a man. It's all a man men's fault! We must blame them for everything! Sag! Heil! All men are sexist! Well, actually I'm a demon, but you know, male. I feel comfortable in the gender I was born in, of course. I still identify as the gender I was in. Yes, I have never tried to change my gender. Yes, still wondering how the fuck this deals with fucking privilege at all. I have never been denied an opportunity because of my gender. I make more money than my professional counterparts of a different gender. No, I'm pretty sure we'd make the same, but then again I'm pretty sure if they were professionals they'd actually make more. I've never felt unsafe because of my gender. Well, I do feel unsafe on this fucking website, I can tell you that. I have never been catcalled. I have been catcalled, and I'll be damned if I didn't strut around for like an hour feeling goddamn confident. I have never been sexually harassed or assaulted. I would say no, but given the social justice warrior and feminist definition of sexual harassment, I could have been stared at for all of 5 seconds by somebody just vaguely looking in my direction. That's stare rape. So yes I have. I've never been raped. Wait. The definition of rape is fairly wide, so yes, I have been raped by thoughts and feelings and opinions. Aha! I worked in a salaried job. Nah. My family and I have never lived below the poverty line. I don't have any student loans. What, you think I'm fucking stupid? I've never gone to bed hungry. I have, just haven't been asked to eat anything. Or, you know, about to fall asleep and then, oh, I could eat something, but you could... No, that sort of deal. I've never been homeless. My parents pay some of my bills. No, they don't. My parents pay all of my bills. Well, if they weren't going to pay some of them, why would I pay all of them? I don't rely on public transportation. Not anymore. I buy new clothes at least once a month. No, I buy new clothes when I feel like it. I've never done my taxes myself. Yeah, I've had help. I have never felt poor. No. I have never had to worry about making rent. I do worry about making rent, but then again, I think that's normal. Even though I'm okay, it's just... I have never worked as a waiter, barista, bartender, or salesperson. No. I have had an unpaid internship. No. I have had multiple unpaid internships. No. What the fuck does this have to do with privilege? I went to summer camp. No. I went to a private school. No. I graduated high school. Ha! No. I went to an elite college. Well, seeing how I dropped out of high school, elite colleges is fucking out the window. I graduated college. Pfft, not in this fucking lifetime. Not even gonna go step foot in a college or university. All the SJWs lurking around. Ugh. My parents paid at least some of my tuition. No. I had a car in high school. No. I've never had a roommate. No. I've always had cable. No. I have travelled internationally. Yes, I did. To Bali, drop off at Singapore, and then Phuket. Totally worth it. I travel internationally at least once a year. What, you think I'm made of fucking money? I studied abroad. I've studied many abroad, but not abroad. Not the way that they intended. I've never skipped a meal to save money. I have. I don't know what Sally Mae is. I didn't, but then I heard it had something to do with helping to pay tuitions and that, so yeah, now I do know. I spent spring breaks abroad. No. I have frequent flyer miles. Don't think so. And again, what do frequent flyer miles have to do with privilege? Hello? My parents are heterosexual? Well, duh, otherwise I wouldn't be here. My parents are both alive. Yes, my parents are still married. Ha! Yeah, implying that they were married when I was conceived. Or born, or anything for that matter. I do not have any physical disabilities. No. I do not have any social disabilities. I do not have any learning disabilities. Actually, I got Asperger's. Yeah, Asperger's syndrome, form of autism, which is from what I understand, both a social and a learning disability, so yes I do. I've never had an eating disorder. Now I can take off. I have never been depressed. No, I've had moments where I've felt plain miserable. But I reckon that's normal. I have never considered suicide. No. I have never attempted suicide. No. I've felt like bloody walking in front of a bus at times, but then I think, suicide? No. Homicide? Yes! I have never taken medication for my mental health. Nope. I can afford medication when I need it. Yes, I can. I've never been told I'm overweight or too skinny. Yes, I have been told I've been too skinny. Sure, it wasn't jest, but still counts. Yes, I have never felt overweight or underweight or too skinny. Yeah, when I've stuffed myself silly, I have felt kind of bloated. So, yeah, I have never been shamed for my body type. No, I consider myself to be physically attractive. Damn right! I can afford a therapist. I can, don't need one. I've used prescription drugs recreationally. No. And using prescription drugs recreationally doesn't sound like a good thing to do. I have never had an addiction. Oh, I've got plenty of addictions, trust me. I've never been shamed for my religious beliefs. I don't have any, but I have been had people like shame me for it, so yes, I guess I have. I'm a skeptic, by the way, so my position is I don't know. I've never been violently threatened for my religious beliefs. Yeah, I've been threatened. I've never been violently attacked for my religious beliefs. No. There is a place of worship for my religion in my town. I'm going to say no. There's no area where atheists or skeptics or agnostics gather around and talk about, well, nothing. So, no. I've never lied about my ethnicity as self-defense. No. I've never lied about my religion as self-defense. No. All my jobs have been accommodating for my religious practices. Yep. I am not nervous in airport security lines. Everyone's nervous in airport security lines. I have never heard this statement. You have been randomly selected for a secondary passport. Never heard it. I have never been called a terrorist. Actually, I have. Nobody has ever tried to save me from my religious beliefs. Yes, I have. I have never been cyberbullied for any of my identities. Yes, I have. Someone's tried to give me shit about it. It hasn't really worked. I was not bullied as a child for any of my identities. No. I have never tried to distance myself from any of my identities. No. I have never been self-conscious about any of my identities. Yes, I have never questioned any of my identities. No. I feel privileged because of the identities I was born with. No, I feel nothing. Let's check it. And we have you live with 47 out of 100 points of privilege. You're not privileged. Haha! In your face, social justice warriors. In your face, feminists. I have taken this test, and there you are, evidence right in front of you. You're not privileged. Ha! You're not privileged at all. You grew up with an intersectional, complicated identity, whatever the fuck that is, and life never let you forget it. It's never let me forget some things, but whatever you were going on about earlier. You've had your fair share of struggles. No shit, Sherlock, and you've worked hard to overcome them. As do we all. That's how you grow and become a human being. We do not live in an ideal world. Again, no shit, Sherlock. And you had to learn this the hard way. As do you. As do many people out there. It is not your responsibility to educate those with more advantages than you, but if you decide you want to, go ahead and send them this quiz. Hopefully it will help. Or it will not, because this was a load of shit. But there you go. Demonizer is not privileged. Which means I should get special treatment and all the advances that every social justice warrior and feminist out there does. That's right, you must kowtow to me. Hey, no video game should be censored. I should be given a blowjob by some attractive young lady with pigtails. And another one who's wrapped head to toe in latex. Whenever I feel the need, I just snap my fingers, both girls appear and they have at my dick. Now, you must kowtow to me because I am not as privileged as all of you. Haha. And the evidence is right here on camera and up here on YouTube. So, sucked in. I'm not as advantaged as you. You need to kowtow to me, because that's how it works. The less privileged you are, the more people bend to your will. Or something like that. So, yeah. Get cracking. Well, this has been oddly satisfying. And I hope you enjoyed this, or not, or whatever. If you're offended by it, well, keep in mind, I'm not as privileged as you, so check your privilege at the door. Ha ha. Still, take care of yourselves out there, boys and girls. Please try to grow as normal, decent human beings and not kowtow to this bloody bollocks. Well, you know, take the test. Throw this up as evidence. And say, hey, I'm not as privileged as you. You need to bow down to my will. You know, see? I've got evidence. Who knows? They may sing to a different tune. If you play their game and it works in your advantage, why not? Yeah. But then again, everybody else is probably going to be snarling at you. Yeah. So, take the good with the bad, I suppose. Still. Anyway, goodbye, boys and girls.